Hello to all you beautiful ladies out there. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in this endless cycle of being sick and going from one sickness to the other, always angry, depressed, confused? Your relationships are suffering like a Greek tragedy. I know exactly what that's like. Welcome to Consciously Connected. My name is Kay. I am a Integrative Health Coach, and I help women connect with their mind, body, and soul so that they can live their happiest, healthiest life yet. Today, I'm going to share my health story, my health journey, so as to show you what's possible for everyone who is stuck in that endless cycle of, you know, being sick from one illness to the next. When I was growing up, ever since I could remember, I was just a little girl. I had terrible eczema on my hands, both hands. Oh, it was so bad. I couldn't even make a fist because it would crack and bleed and ooze, and it was awful. I looked like a burn victim. And then I would go to school and the kids would be like, ew, gross, ew, there's something wrong with her. You can't touch that. She might give us some disease or something. And that really stayed with me. That was pretty traumatic. Always hearing there's something wrong with her. There's something wrong with her. I heard that so much throughout my life. And my parents were always taking me to the doctor constantly. And whenever I had a severe breakout, I was always in the doctor, which was always, and it was a standard Western medical doctors. And I can't say that they were actually ever helpful. They gave me a bunch of different medicines, ointments and creams and shots and this, that, and the other. None of it actually helped. In fact, I'm still suffering from some of the side effects to this day. Ladybug landed on me. But those side effects still affect me to this day. And it was just awful, always being in and out of the doctors. They couldn't even figure out what it actually was. They were like, well, we think it's eczema, but it might be something different. We don't know. It was a mess. As I got older, it healed up a little bit, but I would still get breakouts from time to time. And when I was younger and growing up, I didn't realize this then, but I realize it now, that whenever I have a breakout, it is because my body is out of whack. It is not balanced at all. If I eat something and I get a little breakout, I know, okay, I shouldn't be eating that. And that always happens with like wheat products, gluten. There's certain things that trigger that. And my gut microbiome is also out of balance because eczema is connected to the gut, like everything else. But back then, in the late 80s, early 90s, no idea. Also now, when I have a breakout, there's usually something else going on. I'm stressed, depressed, anxious, something like that. And I start scratching, start itching, like, and I know, okay, my gut's okay. It's because I'm stressed. But when I was growing up, I had no idea. And I love my parents to death. They're amazing, incredible people. But there was certain things going on in my household that were very stressful, very depressing, a lot of little T traumas and big T traumas. And I kept that inside of me. It affected me. I held it in, and I was so young. I didn't know what to do with my emotions. I didn't know how to take care of myself. I just looked at other people to help me. But now I know I'm to take care of myself. Something's out of alignment. I gotta fix it. I have to remedy it immediately if I want to feel better. This also applied with allergies. Growing up, I had terrible allergies to everything, and I still do. Like if I eat a peanut, I'll probably die. Almost died a few times because of that. Coffee, there's a few things I'm allergic to, but when I was younger, that was what I was really struggling with. As I got older, things got a little bit better, and I went off to college. I was living my life, but I was not living very aligned. I moved to New Orleans. I was having a blast. I was living it up. I was bartending on Bourbon Street. I was having the time of my life. And then when I was 22 years old, my dad passed away. And for any of you who have lost a parent or someone dear to you, just, oh, how painful that is. I mean, it really hurts you on a soul level. And around the same time my dad passed away, that whole year, really awful things were happening. It was just like one bad thing after another, and my dad passing away was really just, I imploded. I'm pretty sure that I imploded because one day I woke up and there was a hole in my left knee. No joke, my knee had atrophied. I still had the skin, but the inside of my knee had atrophied, and it was just like this big, like bowl, like this big dip. My fist, I have pretty small hands, but still, I could take my fist and stick it like right in my knee. That's how big this hole was. I immediately tried to stand up and walk, but I just like crumbled, and I just, it freaked me out. I was like, something's the matter with me. My knee, what happened? Immediately went to the emergency room, went to the doctors. It was excruciating pain, like screaming, blood curdling pain. The doctors did not have any answers for me. Once again, they had all of these theories, but they just really didn't know. In fact, a lot of them looked at me and were like, oh shit, what is that? I don't know. Let's put it in the medical journal and send it in because we have no idea. And some of the theories they came up with, they kind of made sense, but it just, they were just like, we don't know. We don't know why this is. Tough luck. So I spent the next few years in bed, isolated, in pain. Didn't have anyone to really speak to. I was used to living in New Orleans and having a good time with all of my friends, and then all of a sudden I was back home in my bedroom just surrounded by my family. I love my family, but like I said, there's when you're that age, you don't want to be stuck at home in bed with your family all the time. I had no outlet. I had no way to process these emotions or get them out of me. I just fell into this deep, dark depression, and the pain did not help. Oh gosh, the pain was just, it was truly terrible. At the time when all of this, when it first happened, I just kind of went along with the doctors, like, oh, it just happened randomly. As this happens, people's knees just randomly atrophy for no reason. Like, but as time went on, I thought, this is not right at all. Like, what's going on here? And because I was at home, isolated from everyone, I had a lot of time to think. And boy, did I spend a lot of time in my head thinking. And I realized all of these traumatic things that happen, like huge stressors, major life-changing events that happen, I did not process them properly. Once again, I held them within me. There was no outlet that I was using. I just, put on a mask and kept all those emotions locked inside of me. But they start to creep out over time. This is what happens. You have to process those emotions. Instead, I was still in New Orleans, having a good time, had a little bit of a drinking problem after my dad passed away, and I went a little I was so ungrounded, completely ungrounded. I was not taking care of my body. I wasn't taking care of my mind, my emotional state, my physical body, my spiritual state. I was just ungrounded, doing all of this crazy shit. And I imploded. It came out in my knee. I realize that now. At the time, I didn't realize that, but as I learned more and more, it started to make sense. Like, okay, yeah, this is why my knee is the way it is because I was living out of alignment. I was not taking care of myself at all. I wasn't even trying to take care of myself. And now I'm stuck in bed with my knee like this. What do? I got so fed up with the doctors not being able to help me or offer anything real. You know, I was on a lot of pain medication. So that didn't help either. My mind was a little. So what I did was I started to just educate myself. I was like, this is it. This is enough. I am so tired of this shit. I've spent years in bed. This is my 20s. I'm supposed to be out living life, having a career, having relationships, all of these things I was missing out on because I was sick. So I started to just dive into all of the books, everything I could get my hands on, spiritual books, science books, holistic healing methods, everything. And a lot of these things were of interest to me before this happened, but I was not taking it very seriously. I wasn't integrating these things into my life. I was just, living life day by day, doing what was fun and just woo. Like I said, I was very woo. So when I started to read these books, it really made me think, like, okay, I have to take care of all of these different aspects if I want to get my health back, if I want to be better, if I want to be happier. I have to do these things. This is also a time where I went to school online to get my certification for personal training, because leading up to my knee, I was taking an interest in these things. That's a different story, but I was exercising and, I was making a little bit of an effort. So I thought, as soon as I get back, I'm going to heal myself. When I heal myself, I'm going to take such good care of my body. I'm going to be running everywhere and lifting weights and helping other people do the same thing. So I educated myself on all these different topics and I was ready to go, boy. And I got better. It took a long time, but I eventually got better. My knee went back to normal. I started to walk. I could do all of the things I could do before. Instead of taking that information and really applying it, though, I integrated myself back into society and became ungrounded yet again. I was just repeating another cycle. Jump ahead a few years. I became pregnant with my son, and I was so excited. I was so happy. Everyone was telling me, oh, this is going to be the best years of your life. This is going to be, oh, you're just going to have such a great time being pregnant. It's just incredible. And I thought, oh, yay. But nope, not the case for me, because leading up to my pregnancy, I was not taking care of myself. I was so ungrounded. I was depressed. I had anxiety, and it came out in my pregnancy. Early on, I had to be rushed to this major hospital and get emergency surgery. I had a nephrostomy tube stuck inside my kidney. If any of you know what a nephrostomy tube is, you do not want one. It is not fun. It is a tube connected to your kidney, connected to a bag, and it empties all the contents of your kidney into the bag that you then have to discard. And what goes from your kidney into the bag? Well, it's urine, of course. So I spent my entire pregnancy with this nephrostomy tube in my side, miserable, in pain, in and out of the doctor's office constantly. Like, they knew me by heart in the emergency room because I was in there all of the time. It was terrible. I was so sad, so depressed. This was like an ultimate low. This was worse than anything I had experienced because I had my precious, beautiful baby boy that I had to think of, that I had to care for. That stressed me out even more. It was hard. It was rough. I had him though, and thank God he was healthy. He was just fine. It didn't affect him at all. It was just my body that was suffering. Shortly after having him, I was still sick. I thought as soon as I have him, everything will be fine. Nope, not the case yet again. I kept going to the doctors and they told me I had endometriosis. If you have endometriosis, then you know exactly what I'm speaking about, because it's rough. It's hard. There were days, I would spend days on the couch where I just felt terrible. I was in pain. I couldn't move. I was depressed and I was angry. I had all of these emotions and I couldn't do anything. I had my precious, beautiful baby boy that I just wanted to love and hold and kiss, but I was stuck on the couch in pain again. And that hurt. That hurt so bad. I wanted to be such a perfect mother. I didn't want to be on the couch. I wanted to be up playing and holding and, loving my son, not sick again. So there came this moment, this defining moment, where I was like, am I going to take my health into my hands again? Or am I going to let this define me? And I looked at my son and I was like, hell no. No. I have to do better. I have to get better. I have to do better for myself because I want to do better for him. I want to give him a good life. I want to be there for him. That was really what just, inspired me more than anything else, was the love of my son. So I was like, fuck it, that's enough. This ends now. This no more. No more being sick. No more cycles. I am taking this dead serious. I am getting rid of this endometriosis. I don't care what I have to do. And I did too. I told the doctors, no thanks, because they still want to do all these surgeries and do this, that, and the other, and everything they'd been doing for my endometriosis didn't help. It made it worse. Oh boy, did it make it worse. So I said, no, I'm going to do this. And I stopped going to the doctors. I stopped taking the pain meds. I stopped doing all of those things. And I just put my nose in my books again and researched. And I have not stopped because I love it so much. It's so fascinating. I just love the way the body works, how we're wired, the integration of your mind, body, and spirit. It is all equally important. You have to take care of each aspect. Remember that. You could do all of these amazing things that take care of your physical body, but if you're emotionally not healthy like you should be, then your physical body is going to suffer. You have to take care of each level. And I learned that. I learned as much as I possibly could, and I integrated it into my life. I started doing things that were healthy for me, things that I enjoyed doing. I surrounded myself with all these podcasts and movies and books and everything positive that made me feel better. It educated me, and I took those tools that I learned and I was meditating and exercising and eating the right things. I totally changed my diet plan, which was the best decision. Oh boy, did that help a lot. Just my diet alone helped. But meditation, exercise, spending some good quality time with myself and my needs, my own self-care routine made a huge difference. And here I am, years later. I don't have any issues with endometriosis. I haven't been checked to see if it's gone, but I'm going to say it's gone. I really do feel like it's gone because I feel so incredible. I feel so good and I don't have any issues. But I had to take that time to really sit down and look at everything. Look at these patterns. They weren't apparent at the time. I had no idea that you could repeat these cycles over and over again until you deal with them. And this goes for every area in your life. If you're experiencing the same thing over and over again and you don't want to, then you really need to sit down and examine that and go inwards and ask those hard questions and examine yourself, your habits, your lifestyle, your environment, the people around you. Look at everything and ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Is it because I'm stressed? Is it because this relationship is off? Is it, this terrible relationship? Or is it because I'm not living my life the way I want to? I'm living it. I'm a people pleaser. I'm living my life according to the way other people want me to live. All of these reasons, they have an impact on us. As soon as I took responsibility for my health, my actions, my life, everything changed. Everything began to change. And I could truly say now I am living my best life ever. I haven't been sick. I don't have any of these issues anymore. And I guarantee you, had I not taken responsibility for my health, had I not taken these actions and recognized these cycles, I would still be stuck in them. I would have something else the matter with me. My head would fall off or something. Who knows? Some crazy shit. The things that I mentioned in this video, that's only part of the things I've experienced, of the illnesses and stuff. I was that person my friends would say, gosh, Kay, are you serious? Only that could happen to you. I've never even heard of that before. Who does that happen to? That's so random. I was that person. The most random health, illness, shit ever. I was that person. But I am not that person anymore. I now think of myself differently too. Back then, I thought of myself as that sick person. Like, that was my identity. Like, yeah, I'm the girl with the eczema. Yeah, I'm the girl that the peanut would kill. Or I'm the girl that has a hole in her knee. I'm that person that's always sick. Not anymore. I do not identify with that identity at all anymore. So, if you're dealing with any of these health issues, big or small, wherever, I know my health issues were small in comparison to other people's, but just know there is a way out. You can heal yourself. You can live a happier, healthier life. You are the key. Find out about yourself and your life and your dreams and your hopes and all of it, and really sit with it. Think about your mind, body, and soul. That is what I want to leave you with today. I hope this helped you. Look out for some of my other videos. I will be exploring these things more in depth. We're going to be discussing all sorts of topics to live a happier, healthier lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video and my channel with others so that we all may grow and be healthy and prosper together. Bye.